Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the show. Today we have night owls, and we're going to be getting into some, normal geekdom, all that kind of entertainment stuff we all like. But first thing I'm going to do is go over here and try to share this out and such, which I hope you guys do the same. That's one of the problems with the new setups we have. I can't do it beforehand like I used to, but that's all right. We adapt. We humans are good at that. So hopefully you guys will do the same and. Help us to get more people in here to join us. Oh, there it is. Oh, perfect. All right, let me hit that like button, and I'm going to share it out as well. How you guys doing? How was the weekend? I was busy, but hopefully you guys had fun. Just let us know over there in the chat what you had to say. And of course, today we're going to be getting into some interesting stuff. And if you notice, our little tagline we got here today is. It's all about the. Oh shoot, what did I put in there? Hold on a second. Let me get over here. Finish this first. All right.
Fake Geek Girls.
There it is.
What you put there.
Thank you. Yeah, I got it up, and now I have
What
shared
have
it.
we got against the Geek Girls today? What have we done? What have those women done today, Chester?
Well,
that needs correcting.
It's actually less about the women and more about the soy boys.
What?
Yeah, it's a soy boy issue. What do you got to do?
Soy boys.
Soy boys.
Yeah.
But,
the soy boys enable the fonts. Yes.
They do, and they're funny to me. But all right, I got it all set up. I'm good to go. So here we go. So I'm going to say welcome in the chat. It's very friendly of me.
Welcome,
I'm a friendly guy.
You're so nice, Chester. You're known for it. And humble.
I'm like the spirit of Christmas if it were Krampus. That's me.
With a massive cock. Yeah.
No, that as well. But we don't need to. We don't need to talk about that. I told you to keep that between us.
I like how I come back and all I hear is Booster talking about somebody's cock.
I know, dude.
I'm not surprised at this at all. In fact,
this has happened multiple times. I think the majority of when Funzaro leaves, it's what I'm talking about.
Generally.
As soon as he comes back, it's just you shouldn't be surprised.
Before I jump into it, you guys have anything you want to say or add for today?
I'm making noodles.
That's nice.
What kind of noodles? What do you got?
Me green.
Thai noodles?
And noodles.
All right, cool.
I'm going to have to bring him over here and show him how to make proper noodles.
Yeah. Someone needs to show him something. Hey, you know what? You know what I heard? Recently, there's been a bunch of this little stuff going around. I saw this one video, and it seems that the people of African persuasion in America seem to think that white people eat a lot of tuna casserole. Now, I don't know about you. I don't think I've ever had tuna casserole. I know it exists.
No,
but I don't believe I've eaten it. Have either one of you guys, being as you're white, have you eaten tuna casserole?
No, tuna's disgusting.
Are we gonna have a white? Who's the whitest here?
Well, I guess you have to eat tuna casserole if you're white. So I've been told. But alrighty then.
I think of the same video I'm thinking of. I think it was the Vice one where it was the what are white people superior at? And the black people were saying things like white people they superior at loving their dogs.
Yeah, but I didn't see the video. I saw people talking about the video. Yeah.
Thank you. I don't. Is that supposed to make us angry? I don't understand the point of this.
It was really strange. They don't get why white people like pets. They don't get it.
Well, it is an interesting thing. Of course, it's not all black people like that, but it seems to be the majority don't want pets in the house, don't like pets, don't like animals around. It's kind of weird because, they're just like all the rest of us if we go back in time, right? They kept animals. They're cow herders, really. A lot of Africa, the power comes from how many cows you have. So they're animal people. I don't understand what happened. It's weird.
And the other one that was really weird in that video was, what are white people superior at? And they go, one of them says, white people, they superior at not spicing their food.
That's right. It's like, what?
Apparently we don't spice our food at all. We don't season it, nothing.
No, only the vast majority of food on the planet is produced by, not African types. And of course, the greatest cuisines in the world are not of Africa. So I don't know what they're talking about, but hey, you'll tell those Chinese
Yeah,
all billion and a
it's
half of them
a
fuck off,
really
right?
weird video, but if you
It
want to see
is.
it, it's called
It is.
"What Are White People Superior At?" And we ask 100 black people. It's a very weird video
It is
because they
bizarre.
have this cartoonish perspective of white people.
They do. Well, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Could be the problem. Well, anyway, let's get into it. It's time. So here we go.
Yes.
Where's my main page? Damn it. Oh, there it is. Well, we do have a bit of sad news to start off with. This has been a bad year. We've lost we lost a lot of people. We lost
Mhm.
Chewie. We lost, of course, not too long ago. We lost Leia. We've lost a lot of people, but there's a big one. We lost Darth Vader.
Mhm.
Yeah, the guy in the suit anyway. Real nice fellow. And of course, a lot of people like Mark Hamill and George Lucas come out and say beautiful things about him because he was a nice guy to work with. He's a bit of a bodybuilder, it seems. British fellow.
He's huge,
Yeah,
massive
he's a
guy,
huge guy.
6'7".
Yeah, yeah. And we all know and love him. And everyone had some good things to say. And speedy travels, sir, and condolences to his family, of course. But the thing that was shocking to me there, Thundero, is that the Twitterverse wasn't as happy about it. They had to come in and say bad things about him. It's pretty interesting. And you know you know why they were saying bad things about him? It's because he's an old British guy and he was pro Brexit.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, and because I'm sure he, dares to exist as a white person, and
That's true. Yeah.
that's not allowed.
But I mean, don't we have a law, a cultural law that says do not talk ill of the dead? Don't we kind of have that? It's like a genuinely accepted respect
oh
of each other. That don't we have that?
no, it's cool now.
Is
We
it
can
cool?
talk shit about Sean Connery dying moments after he dies because he talked about smacking woman with a palm.
Yeah, but he did it. That was a public service announcement.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he got bastardized for that, so
Come on,
moments
that
after he was
deserved
dead.
at least two chuckles. That was funny.
It was good. It was good. I liked it. I laughed on the inside.
Well, that's good. That's good. Uh, but anyway, the main thing to take away from this is that for the most part, a lot of love going out to this guy. He was 85, so he lived a good long life, and of course, he's done many things in his life, not just being in the Darth Vader suit. I do think one of the unfortunate things that did happen was, and I don't know why they made this decision, but when of course, the character when Darth Vader died. At the end, after killing the Emperor, when that scene there with Luke, they used another actor's face instead of his. I think that was a shame. They should have went with him. It was only a short little bit of words. They could have
Mhm.
easily worked over and over, made sure the acting was. They could have took a little time and made sure it was good. I'm sure it'd have been fine. That's my only complaint, really.
They must have really hated this guy's voice to dub him twice.
Right, right, yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Mark said it was shocking to him watching the movie itself and not hearing his voice because, of course, on set you're only hearing him speak. Right, he's doing all the lines and all the dialogue. To
Mhm.
make it real for the other actors around. So it
Well,
was.
now I'm imagining British Vader. I'm doing right now.
I know. I kind of want to have to go find some cutscenes and see what it sounded like actually,
Oi,
because
Luke, I'm your bloody father, aren't
on I.
I? Son?
Yeah, yeah.
That's more Australian.
But then again,
More
James
bloody
Earl
Australian.
Jones is just an epically awesome voice. Just one of the greatest voices of all time. And that dude,
That's
that's
freaking cool.
it is really cool, dude. And like I said, I was watching the God of War playback, and they have the guy who plays Teal'c doing the voice for
Mhm.
Kratos. God, great
Mhm.
voice, dude. Really good voice.
Mhm.
Anyway, gotta respect the good voice, I suppose.
You can't get those out of white people. No.
No, there's no single white person at all has ever had a good voice. You're right. You're right, Booster.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah,
Not even the one.
not even one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh well. All right, here we go. The force lives on. Yeah, but I mean, speedy travel, sir. Let's
Mhm.
move on here. Let's get into it. Now, you guys know I like to talk about board game stuff, but this one, this was
Oh
a bit of
no.
a bit of a debacle. Go ahead, Booster.
I can't read. I'm stirring noodles, mate.
What the hell's wrong with you? Do your job.
I want to eat, Chester. I have to eat.
Eat on your own time, sir.
This is my time. I'm giving you my time.
All right, Thundera, read the damn headline. Jeez.
Harry Potter board game Kickstarter canceled. U.S. election blamed.
Now that's interesting. That's interesting.
Trump did it.
Trump did it. Now let's come down here and take a look at it here real quick. It's it's the strangest thing. A Kickstarter campaign for a board game called Harry Potter Catch a Snitch has been canceled, with the publishers blaming the current situation of uncertainty in the world derived from the electoral campaign in the United States. The game, a recreation of Potter's Quidditch, only with loads of plastic miniatures, was looking for $450,000 to fund its release, but at the time of its cancellation had only raised $64,000. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. No, it has to be Trump. Must be Trump.
Yeah, Trump did.
Trump did it. And so I wanted to come over here and take a look at the Kickstarter, if I may. And you see that, yep, they were nowhere near making it, and they had 325 backers. And it's like, that's a lot of money you want there. That's a lot of money.
325 backers.
Yeah.
That's piss for what they're going for, isn't it?
Especially when you keep it in
That's
mind.
That's what a small indie comic tends to make.
Yeah, and it's also odd because, there's so much Harry Potter stuff. Board games, card games, video games. I mean, just out your ass Harry Potter stuff, right? So what's wrong with this one? Of course, the whole election thing is absolute bull. That's just looking for someone else to blame other than yourself. Let's take a look at the page here and see why it might not have been popular. Let's take a look here.
Of all the things to blame, I'm surprised they didn't blame J.K. Rowling for transphobic remarks.
Well, that would have been better. So what do you got here?
That would have made a bit more sense.
You got.
She's a filthy bigot. So yeah, that would have made more sense.
Mm-hmm. It could be it.
Yeah.
But here we have a sports game. Really, is what it is. And you got cards and you got miniatures to play the game. It could be fun. It's only for 2 players though. That right there is probably a problem. And it's only 30 to 45 minutes, which that's pretty short. We got these miniatures.
Short. That sounds merciful.
Yeah. The miniatures look pretty good though. And we got some cards and maybe some nice little chips there. It's pretty standard board game stuff. They even had some stretch goal stuff, probably a lot more than we're seeing here. They even have the little towers on the side. Oh, that's nice. It looks like they're probably going to expand to a 4-player game, I imagine was what was going to happen. They do that a lot. I'm looking through here, and what I'm seeing is it's a sports game, and a lot of people aren't interested, I think. They should have came out with 4-player right from the beginning. That would have probably helped them out a little bit. But they got all these stretch goals, all these little extras. You can penny pinch yourself to death here and spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars if you'd like. Yeah, well, and Harry Potter isn't even in the damn game. You have to get a stretch goal just to get it. You have to get the $375,000 just to get Harry Potter. Oh, that's not good.
They need a certain amount of money to get Harry Potter in his own game? That makes no freaking sense.
It is weird. I don't know. I'd have to go and watch some of the reviews, which I'm sure they must have. Let me see. They should have a gigantic list of them here. Who's doing it here? Are they
kind of like Game Workshop, as in they'll give their license to just about bloody anyone?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it makes more money in the end. I'd say it's probably a good thing. Well, we're looking at here. You even got a Let's Play on it. These are, I know you guys don't know board games, but these are pretty big names in the board game world gave their opinions here. So, I don't know. It is bizarre, dude, but it wasn't making money, and that's why they canceled it. And then they went and blamed Trump because that's the way it is. That's the way it is.
So,
but how?
I have no idea.
Here's my question: is why wasn't it making money? Like, what's the actual reason it wasn't making money? Because you would think people would be all over that. If it's a decent concept, you would think people would want to play it. Harry Potter's still a huge franchise. There's still whole bunches of adults on Twitter who have it in their bio about which house they belong to or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is incredibly cringy, but it's still, still makes a lot of money. So it's strange that it fell apart.
Well, I'd have to go watch those reviews, and a few of those they're just well, I'm not going to be mean to them, but basically they're shills. You pay them money, they'll say good things about your game, right?
Yeah.
But there's a couple of guys there that don't do that. They're brutal, and I'd have to go watch it, but maybe it's clunky. It could be something like that. It's not smooth. But then again, having that you have to get so much just to have Harry Potter in your game, maybe that's not smart thinking. And the two-player thing, I guarantee you, pushed a lot of people off. And I saw there in the stretch goals that they were planning on having four-player if they got to the stretch goal. But no, dude, put four players. Shit, put six players. Have it expandable to eight would be the way to go. With a game like Quidditch, why? There's two sides, but there's all kind of positions. You can fill it out. You could easily have a huge party game with that if you wanted to. And that would have been a smarter way to go. I don't really know. I just saw the stupid headline and went over and brought this up so we could take a look at it. But there must be a reason.
I like how it says cancelled in brackets over there next to Tara. I really wish it said cancelled due to the U.S. election.
Yeah. And do keep in mind, this is Night Games, and Night Games is a Spanish-based company, though. So maybe they got, I don't know. It's a weird thing, but I just thought it was funny that they're blaming Trump. How Trump gets blamed for everything. Poor guy.
In fairness, when Obama was president, he got blamed for everything too by the other side. I literally remember the memes of, how did it go? Damn it, Obama, or something like that. Everything was Obama's fault.
Yeah, but
it's because people are.
It wasn't even 10%, dude.
I know people are so myopic in the way they look at things that. If something bad happens, they have to find someone to blame, generally besides themselves, because nobody likes to look in that mirror. So it's whoever has the biggest amount of power around is generally, especially if you don't like them. Yeah. So if they're the opposite side party is in control, well, it's all Trump's fault. It's all Obama's fault. It's so silly.
I am with Ray Thulu, though.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Yeah, thanks, Obama. But I'd rather play Blood Bowl too, dude. But I don't know what the reason is. I just think it's outrageous and silly that you blame someone else for your problems. It's a problem that we have in the world. Now, Booster, I'm about to make a social faux pas.
I blame my mom.
Well, you beat me to it. All right, but maybe he doesn't know what faux pas is on there. I think I should bring it down.
I've eaten plenty of faux pas. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Well, I'm going to make I'm going to be socially incorrect. Are you ready? Yes. Yeah. Someone tell me what the hell this whole Liam thing is. Liam keeps popping up. What the hell is the Liam thing? What the hell is it?
Should I address it in the most politically correct manner I can so we can gloss over it?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. What the
hell? He's clearly not very mentally stable, and I feel that we should leave him alone.
I could have told you that 2 years ago. Matter of fact, I think I told you that 2 years ago.
I literally did. In fact.
Mm-hmm. And we can continue to do that.
Alrighty then. Yeah. Well, whatever. Liam
keeps
popping up.
The best thing for everybody involved with Liam Gray is to pretend he doesn't exist. Just ignore him. Because all he wants is attention, and he's a weird little Australian spurg. Just let him be.
Okay. Well, there you go. Mm-hmm. I do know that I saw he had a video where he was being a super spy in the airport somewhere. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man. But I just keep seeing his name pop up. I'm like, what the hell's going on, man?
He keeps getting himself in trouble. He's a poor guy. He can't help it. He can't seem to stop feeding the trolls.
Oh, well. Don't feed the trolls, especially afternoon. Yeah.
Nope. It's a losing proposition.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to something more interesting. Oh, there we go. That's interesting. Go ahead, Booster. If I can interrupt
Hellboy is
noodling.
being turned into an RPG Kickstarter this summer. RPG. So a video game, like a pen and paper?
Pen and paper, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
that sounds cool.
It is cool. What they've done here, one of the smart things that WotC did back with third edition, I do believe, is they created the OGL, the Open Gaming License, meaning you can use their system, the Dungeons and Dragons system, as long as you just give them credit that you're using it. So you got to put there's a page you can just slap into your book, and there you're good to go. It was smart because there are so many third-party things for D&D now. And of course, in the end, I guess they're not making money, but it keeps them alive. It keeps them popular. Because you have to remember, for those of you who care about these things, that years back, whoa, long time ago, Dungeons and Dragons decided, or WotC decided, they were going to stop the magazines and they would do fourth edition, which was an attempt to take card games like Yu-Gi-Oh and video games and put it on the table. And it's like, play with what got you there, brother, right? And everyone hated the fourth edition, absolutely hated it. It was a freaking debacle. And while they were pushing that and sticking to their guns and doubling down, as these kind of people do, Pathfinder over at Paizo, because Paizo got sucker punched by him, because Paizo was the one that was producing Dragon and Dungeon magazine, and they just pulled it out from underneath them and all of us. And Paizo was like, well, fine, we got to make money somehow, so they started making their Pathfinder series based on the OGL, the Open Game License, and it became the king of tabletop. It became for years, and then fifth edition came out, and D&D took it back pretty easily because everyone was just waiting for D&D to come back. Really, I mean, in the end, but the Open Game License is awesome. And it allows for things like this because, I mean, come on, if you like tabletop gaming, the fifth edition system or just the D20 system in general, then I mean, you can automatically pick up and play any game that's in it, and you got to keep in mind the people who are building this are no joke, man. These are the guys who put out Mutant Chronicles, which is badass, absolutely badass. I don't know the Judge Dredd one, but I know Conan: Adventures in the Age of Undreamed of is one of the most beautiful campaign books I've ever seen. Stunningly gorgeous, with just high-end Italian painter artists on it. So these guys know what they're doing. They know how to put a good book together. And yeah, I'm on board, baby, because the Hellboy world of BRPD is enormous. It's Mignola is the guy who created the Hellboy, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Mignola. But I think it'll be great, man. I'm looking forward to it. And they even got some sample sheets here for us to look at. So we have our character sheet, which is using the D20 system, and they got a little bit of information over here for it as well. But I'm happy about this, man, and I'm going to look for it next summer because it's a great campaign setting, and yeah, I'll probably buy it. You guys have any opinion on it? And no?
Nope.
Nope.
So sad. Raythu
I
says,
just realized this is using a lot of the D&D template, right? I'm just thinking, like, can't people just make a homebrew campaign of this if that's what they wanted?
of course they
With
could.
using D&D
Of course they
rules?
could. Yeah. And a lot of people do, but some of us are collectors of books.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
it's just fun. I mean, but you could do it yourself. This makes it easier on you, but yeah, of course you could. And I've done it, those kind of things many times. Raythul says, "I like Hackmaster. It's AD&D First Edition. Yeah, Hackmasters is fun. There's nothing wrong with. There's a lot of great RPG systems. To be fair, the fifth edition system is too simplified. It's too simple. It's clunky. It's just they've dumbed it down too much. That happens sometimes, guys. You'll see rules or systems or whatever games, they just dumb it down too much. Get movies too. It's we're not stupid. We don't need to be handheld as much as they seem to think we do. I don't know what it is. It seems to be a liberal thing though. Liberals think people are stupid. Have you noticed that?
Yes. Yes, they do. Oh, I think people are stupid. I don't think individual persons are stupid.
No, of course not.
People as a group, though, man, they can find a way to just do stupid. Just do it as a in a big fashion as well.
Oh yeah, the mob is dangerous. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's cool. Of course, you could just go ahead and play in any campaign you have, make your own Hellboy. Go for it. But for those of us who like to collect, and like I got a huge library here, Booster. Most of it is filled with lexicons and history books and all kind of things you would not enjoy. But I do have my role playing section, and it's got some pretty stuff in it, dude. Very pretty. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention it for those of you who are interested in it. Let's see here what the chat has to say. Lime's dad, or that's it's supposed to be Lime's dad, says, "Do you have old Liam Gray videos on this channel?" I think there's one or two. The first couple of episodes, he was certainly here. Like, was he a guest a long time ago? He was, and he was usually late or just didn't show up at all. Yeah. So yeah.
Happy digging, I guess.
Yeah. Happy
Good
digging.
luck.
Go back to the beginning. You'll find it. Unless you're here to say you are canceled, Chester, then okay then. Thank you.
Please
Bye.
do not cancel me.
Bye.
Oh no, they can cancel me all they want. I could give one shit, dude. Rachel says I got a stack of GURPS World books taller than myself. Yeah, dude. Steve Jackson was really cool about that. I mean, he built his system, which it's overly complicated, but some of us enjoy that, right, Raythulu? But he's got a world book for everything. It's fun, dude. It is fun. But that's the ultra level of nerdom I've been told, Ray Thulu. Thundero thinks I'm a nerd because I do those things. So
Yeah.
we are the low of the low, sir. Low of the
Yeah.
low.
It's okay. Somebody's got to be down there.
Someone does.
Somebody.
Someone does. But I'm going to shift gears into video games here because I try to cover the genres as much as I can on this show. And I'm really glad we changed the format of the show, Thundero. I'm telling you, I like it. I'm having fun, dude. I'm having fun. But Booster and Thundero too. You're a
Yes?
gamer.
What do we got? What do
We
we
got
got?
a list of the biggest games coming out in 2021, dude.
Oh, is Cyberpunk among them?
Might as well be.
Bite your
No, I
tongue,
think
sir.
they're gonna make this one. We got about, what do we got? Like 2 weeks away, 10 days away, 11 days. I think they're gonna make it this time.
They're gonna
this
make
time.
it. 10 days, I think. Yeah. They gotta make it. They gotta make it. But the game looks beautiful. But the thing is, CD Projekt Red will not put it out until it's ready. They're adamant about it, and I don't hate them for it, dude. I don't. The game does look good.
Well, the problem is from what I understand, is the only reason they delayed it is because the next gen consoles, it wasn't up to standard, that version of it. So I don't understand why they didn't just release the current gen, and which is the biggest audience anyway, and PC, which is the biggest part of that biggest audience, and then just release that one a month later. I don't see why they desperately wanted or so desperately needed to do a simultaneous release.
Yeah, no,
But
I
whatever.
understand. I understood that, but like I said, I'm not mad at them. But anyway, first in our upcoming games, this channel here, which I do believe is called Kotaku. It's one of those asshole companies, I think. But anyway, let's take a look here. Outriders, Booster. Outriders.
Okay. I've seen a little bit of this game. It looks like a how do we say from there? It looks kind of like that Remnant game we played, like a third-person looter shooter type game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's set on a planet, right? It's like an exo game, right?
Yeah. Who's making this one? All right, it's been published by Enix.
It is Square Enix. Yeah.
All right, who's making it? Oh, it's being developed by People Can Fly. So these guys are known for the Painkiller series and Bulletstorm. If anyone's played Bulletstorm, which was
great
a
fun, dude. Yeah.
very underrated game, I felt. That game failed, which is a real shame. They are also responsible for Fortnite. So
Hey,
Fortnite is
mega
their
success,
fault.
though. Yeah. But
Yeah.
this is a exo game. It looks you can play 4 different classes, which are kind of the standard fantasy classes put into a tech world. I don't know. It looks pretty, dude. It looks pretty.
It does look really good.
Yeah.
I'm very leery though, of any game coming out in the next couple years, mainly because often in a transition, a console transition, hardware transition, the games usually kind of suck.
In the beginning.
Usually.
They do.
Yeah, because they haven't figured out all the ins and outs of the new hardware. So when they port it to the PC, it's a mess. Or they do, even on the console, maybe it doesn't run. It definitely doesn't run optimized like it will had it came out 4 years into the cycle, stuff like that. So we'll see. I think because PC gaming is so popular now, and it's had a big resurgence in the last decade or so. I think a lot of that will be alleviated just because it makes more sense to develop games with a PC focus.
I think
Um,
so. Yeah, and they
with
always
it, or
do
at
that.
least
Yeah.
somewhat of a PC focus. Maybe not a main focus, but it's not an afterthought anymore, like it was for
No,
years.
no, that's true. Yeah. And keep in mind that the fifth generation of consoles, it's not so much of a graphical update as it is a mechanical, functionality update. So that's
Yeah,
going to help them quite a
Mm.
bit. Smoother load
performance.
screens, smoother, literally no load screens. It's just an enhancement update more than it is an actual visual one.
Well,
Eh,
see, I think the load screens are coming. I just think they're not. They haven't got. They're not there yet. They still
Maybe.
don't know what all these things can do and what they can squeeze out here or there.
Yeah.
So eventually, I think you will get some load screens, but they'll still be much shorter than they used to be.
Well, yeah, and I also think they've cracked this nut. I mean, you look at God of War, you look at what they're doing with Cyberpunk, even The Last of Us 2, which is, the politics aside, is freaking gorgeous, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
they've
Yeah,
cracked the nut.
yeah.
They have. So,
The graphical fidelity is incredible in
it
Last of
is,
Us
dude.
2.
It is. Um,
Red Dead Redemption 2's
yeah,
graphics are insane,
yeah,
especially the like the that's what I'm looking for, like the landscapes.
Mhm.
When you're looking out over a mountain and you just see from real far and it
yeah,
just looks beautiful.
yeah.
It's crazy.
It is. So I'm not as worried about that, but I get your point. It's a pretty standard thing. It happens with every new generation of gaming. Hey, Lady Celtic Moon. She was having trouble finding us the other day. Ah, damn YouTube. Anyway, let's move on here. The next one we got here is Little Nightmares 2. I know nothing about this booster. Nothing at all.
Little Nightmares. So I guess that's like one of those horror games that's been plenty popular ever since Amnesia took off, right? So we get a shit ton of these horror games now.
Yeah.
I find them quite formulaic myself.
Yeah. It's this kind of cutesy
Because it's
dour
kind of
style. I'm not a big fan, dude.
the side scroller. Okay, no,
Yeah.
no, it's not. It's not like Amnesia at all. I lied to you, right to your face.
It is pretty though. It is
Yeah,
pretty.
it's got a nice aesthetic to it.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna blow it up because even doing a small screen, they'll probably hack the channel for it, dude. But
Mm.
Yeah.
it is pretty. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of these things. I get people who like them though. And
Hmm. Hmm.
I get it.
Yeah, they're
There
finding a
are
home
there have
for it.
been many of these kind of gloomy, gorgeous little side scrollers come out in the past 10
Hmm.
years, right?
Oh, the one I'm thinking of Limbo. That's the
Mm.
game I'm
Yeah,
thinking of.
Limbo. There's the other one. It's
Hmm.
like a spirity game. It's kind of looks like it's based in the Celtic mythologies. I can't remember
You
the name of
thinking
it.
of Only in the Blind Forest, something
Yes,
like
that
that?
one. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's pretty. If that's your kind of thing, it looks interesting. Yeah, they are getting
Yeah.
gorgeous. Oh, look at this one here. Now I've heard a little bit about
The
this one.
Ascent.
This is a cyberpunk. This is trying to glom onto Cyberpunk
Good,
2077.
good.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Hmm.
And have you guys seen anything of this so far?
I have not.
Yeah,
I don't think I've heard of this one.
this is the Diablo-esque one. It's
Ah.
but I've seen
Oh,
a bunch
okay.
of gameplay. It's not bad looking. It's pretty cool. It's
Liking
hard
the
as
color scheme.
hell.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. It's kind of like
See,
the
now here's the question, though, right? Is it hard because it's hard, or is it hard because it's cheap? That's
no.
always the question when somebody says, "Well, a game's really hard." Yeah, but is it actually hard, or does it just cheat to make itself
Uh,
harder than it needs to be?
it's
Because a
You
lot of
gotta
Warhammer.
games
get
do
good,
that.
bro.
It's
Yeah, a
Warhammer
lot of
hard.
games do that.
It's
You gotta
Warhammer
get
hard.
good.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is a tactical on RTS, so you have to gauge that for yourself. Some people with things that say with things that aren't in real time aren't technically difficult. I don't know that I agree with that, but I will see. From the gameplay I saw, I thought it was pretty cool, dude. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, we
Anyway,
need more. We need more cyberpunk, future dark noir games, things like that. We gotta break away from the current zeitgeist, if you will, in our culture. with the things that they keep making. Or this real big fantasy push.
Yeah.
It's just all stale. It's boring. It's played out. Thankfully, we got away from the zombies by and
Oh,
large.
thank God. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's
But
just time. There's so much more you can do. Let's do it.
yeah, Cyberpunk. I'm happy. I'm down with it, dude. Me
Yeah.
Greenlock King says Little Nightmares is actually pretty good. Well, there you go. All right, let's keep moving here. Now, this one is funny to me. We just talked about Harry Potter a little bit, and of course, the absolute glut of Harry Potter. Now, this right here, of course, this will definitely get us acclaim, I'm sure. But I'm playing it anyway. They can take both fingers and spin, baby. They might like that though, Booster.
I'll be honest with you. I'm excited for this game.
It looks good, dude. It
This
looks
is
really
the
good.
only thing I've wanted out of a Harry Potter game. Is this exact thing? You can make your own wizard and just be in Harry Potter's world and do stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's
yeah.
what I want. The best part about Harry Potter is the world that she built. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. It's one of the best fantasy worlds ever created. And I want to get in there and just have fun.
It's a pure
And I
RPG,
think-
is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what they need. I think that's what Marvel needs. I think that's what DC needs. You've built these awesome universes, but you won't let us play with them. Why?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Because you need to play as Kamala Khan.
Ugh.
Well, that's the problem, right? They should have let you make whatever character you wanted to make, right?
Yeah.
And they could have had
and
her
just
as a
have fun.
character you interacted with, but you should have been able to play your own character. And that's what they're doing here. And this is in the vein of an actual RPG. I don't mean action RPG or an adventure RPG. No, no, no. You're actually going around building your character, improving them, like an old classic RPG just set in the Harry Potter universe, which is a great universe. I mean, J.K. Rowling may be the annoying, absolutely loud, annoying bitch, but she did create something quite beautiful, dude.
She did a
Can you-
fantastic job with the world she created.
She did.
No question.
Can you imagine what a mega hit the Avengers game would have been if you made your own superhero and the story was about trying to get recruited into the Avengers?
Oh, dude.
That would have been awesome.
I'm literally salivating at that. That game would be sweet.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
you could
And it
call
was
it
like
Avengers
semi-open
Academy.
world. Yeah,
Mhm.
there you go. It was like semi-open world, so you kind of have to go out and be a superhero, and there's so much potential in a game like that, and for some reason, it's just not done.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that.
And they could have had as unlocks, you can get hero skins, and you could play as Thor if you wanted. You could play as Captain America or Kamala Khan or what have you. They could have easily had that as part of the achievement system. A simple little solve. But of course, the thing that killed that game wasn't any of that anyway. The thing that killed that game was the fact that it wasn't ready. They didn't finish cooking it, just like so many other things. Anyway, this one looks good though. I'm with Thundero, dude. I think it looks badass. I hope it's not a cheesy loot box game though. That's the only thing I worry about.
Yeah.
Who's publishing it? If Warner has anything to do with it, it's going to be disgustingly.
Well, it is Warner Brother
well
owns
done.
the property. I didn't see offhand who was developing it.
Yeah. Look what they did to the sequel to that Mordor game.
Yeah.
Shadows of Mordor, was it?
Yeah. Sad. Yeah. Anyway, let's
Yeah.
keep moving on here. Now, this is interesting. Insurgency Sandstorm. I'm not an FPS guy, but I've heard a couple of rumbles about this game. Actually, it seems to be on people's radar. It isn't on mine though. I never heard anything about it. Do you guys know anything about this game?
I think I know of the first Insurgency game. It was really liked by the competitive FPS crowd because if I'm not mistaken, right, they gone for like a ultra realistic kind of thing. So no crosshairs, no HUDs or anything like that. No hit confirms. If I'm not mistaking it for another game.
That's the thing. I don't
So, yeah.
really know, dude. I'm the same as you. I'm confused. But I have heard some positive things about this though, so I don't know what to
Yeah.
say. But there it is. If you like FPSs, maybe this is going to be a good one for you. Not really sure. But it's funny. Bullet says, if you have a flying broom, why don't you always bring it with you? That's a fair point, Bullet. But do you guys know where where the flying broom and the witch, how that connection comes from? Do you know the history of that?
It's
I
like
do
the
not.
first time I've been interested in one of your history lessons. Let's go.
All right, you're gonna love this one, Booster. You're gonna love this one. No, way back when, a lot of shamanry comes from using psychedelics and drugs, and having
Hmm.
visions, right? That's a pretty standard thing. It's been going on forever. And in the Middle Ages, there was a certain type of thing that was actually used on. It was like a after product for making beers and things like that, and they would mix it with it, and you could create this very powerful psychedelic. And and you could take it orally, or you could put it on your skin, or what have you. But the most direct and quickest way to get a high off of it was actually with women and through their vagina. And what they would do is put this on a broom or a stick, and they would rub it up and down on their vagina and get a high off of it. This is where the flying high witch in a broom came from.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That is deviant.
But it's interesting, isn't it? It's not what you expected, huh?
No.
Not at all, honestly.
Yeah. Moving down. Pray for the gods. I've never heard anything about this at all. You guys?
Pray for the gods.
Never heard a
Heard of
word.
this one?
Yeah. It looks pretty
Oh, boy,
cool though.
It does look neat, but I do not like the way they spelled pray. Like, come on.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like the
someone's
Colossus
finally
game.
gonna tackle trying to rip off Shadow of the Colossus.
That's what
Okay,
it looks like
yeah.
to me. Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a while, huh?
Yeah.
Unless this is actually by the guys that did it. Let's see.
Oh no, it doesn't have that gorgeous aesthetic that they have. It's pretty, but it's not that level. No.
This is made on the Unity engine. That's not bad for a fucking Unity.
That is pretty good for Unity, yeah. Huh?
Shit.
I don't know anything
So,
about
developed
it.
by No Matter Studios. Never heard of them. Oh, apparently it's actually in early access. But yeah, you can definitely tell how much this was inspired by Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh yeah, clearly. Just right
Easily.
there. That's
Look at
yeah.
that. That guy just looked like one of the Colossi.
It does, yeah. But anyway, Kotaku think it's worth keeping your eye open for, which I don't know if that means
Well-
anything, but whatever.
Well, if you're hungry for more Shadow of the Colossus, it just didn't do it for you. Shadow of the
That's what
Colossus, if you haven't played it, it's one of the greatest games ever
It's
made.
gorgeous.
It's
It is.
incredible.
Gorgeous, yeah.
And it's not only that, but the problem I have with that, not as with the game, it's the people who make it. They're very pretentious and up their own ass. But other than that,
You
the
think?
game's fantastic. Yeah. Yes.
They are. They are. Now this next one, however, I'm
Yeah.
not a Far Cry guy, but I've always paid attention to them, and they do go to different and interesting places. The last one was way too political for my taste.
Yeah.
This one right here, my God, this is a gorgeous trailer, dude. And that actor's badass.
Yeah.
He's playing Moff Gideon, by the way.
Killing it.
Yeah, but I mean, damn, dude. I no, don't do it. Don't do it. I'll get a copyright strike for sure. You have to go watch this trailer though. This is a badass trailer, dude.
It's fantastic.
It is.
Well, he's a fantastic actor. Everything he touches he's one of the best parts of anything he's ever in, or the best.
He's a great character actor, is what he is. In this one, we're going to some kind of. It's like Tropico. It's El Dictator. Cuba or whatever. But go. I can't. They're good. They'll hit me for this for sure if I go too much. But gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous looking game. Great trailer, and it's going to an interesting place. If you guys like Far Cry, you're probably excited. Oh my God. Halo.
Well, if you've been begging for more Halo for some reason, for, like one of the main sellers of Xbox, here you go, more Halo.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of controversy about this because the game looks unfinished. It looks clunky. It just doesn't look good. This game was supposed to come out a year or more ago, right? But it didn't because such a huge backlash against how ugly it was, and there was just the Halo community lost their damn mind. So they've spent an extra year or so trying to clean it up. I'm kind of curious if they will succeed because this trailer looks identical to the one they showed way back when. Right?
That's because it is. This is a 2019 trailer.
Yeah.
They Halo. Halo desperately needs to be owned by Bungie again.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
They're on that Destiny thing for some reason, which doesn't seem to be as big of a hit as they wanted it to be. Like, it's doing well, but I don't know. People's opinions of it seem to be.
Yeah, no,
I've never
they're
met like a massive Destiny fan, you know?
yeah, that community is not happy. That's true. Amron says it looks like a
Yeah.
clone of Just Cause. I think he's talking about this game right here, Far Cry 6.
Okay.
Maybe
Nah,
that's not a bad thing.
no, they're very different games. Very different games.
You know, I think you meant
Well,
the
unless he's
story
talking
they're
about
telling here with
theme. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Latin
yeah.
American dictator and stuff. But
I can
it
see
looks
that.
beautiful, dude. Anyway, let's move on
Mm-hmm.
away from this. Now here we go. Now
Nah,
I'm
that's the one I'm interested
curious
in.
what you guys think about Resident Evil because they're taking this in a very different direction
Mm-hmm.
than they normally did. They brought it down. It's in a village. They're
Oh, is
going
that?
back to the actual horror. I don't know. What do
Mm-hmm.
you guys think about this?
So, well, you should know I'm kind of the Resident Evil guy around here, I guess, because most of my
Yes.
playthroughs have been Resident Evil related. The Resident Evil as a franchise has been very interesting. You know, it's been up, it's been down, and then they just build it up. They go fuck it. They build up from the ground again. Then Resident Evil 6 or something like that comes out. It goes right down again. Then they totally remake it with Resident Evil 7. Totally different gameplay. You know, it's more in the um, Resident Evil 7 plays a lot more like a game like Outlast, right? You could tell that they were influenced by those kind of games. And Resident Evil 7 is fantastic. You know, it brought the franchise back again. So if they kind of go for that really strong take like with 7, what they do with 8, I think it should be fantastic.
Yeah.
And what they've been doing with the remakes as well, they redefine what a remake is in the gaming industry, you know? They
Sure.
built Resident Evil 2 from the ground up. Like, they didn't just, um, call it a HD remaster or remake the graphics or anything, right? They remade everything. The way the game plays, the cutscenes, bloody everything.
Yeah,
And
they
Resident
did.
Evil 2
Yeah.
remake is spectacular.
I've played a little bit of this series as well. My kids like it.
Mhm.
This looks like a gothic horror. It's such a departure from what they've done before. So you can't knock them on not renovating, reinventing themselves. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I
they've
don't know.
done such a good job doing it.
Yeah, they
And I
have.
hope that we have this version of Capcom or whoever's developing this, right? I hope that we have the version where they got that strong. Well, I just hope they keep going strong. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Instead of Pitfall again, like with 6.
Well, we have to wait and see, but it does
Hmm.
look pretty. It's very different because it's a gothic horror, is what it looks like. Which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
different for sure. But anyway,
yeah.
Resident Evil Village. Now this right here actually is I'm highly interested in. This
Hmm.
is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Now here's the thing. They came out with a game a year or two ago. The Masquerade, right? And it
Hmm.
was clunky. It was woke. And it didn't look much better than the original Bloodlines. It wasn't called Bloodlines, but it didn't look good, right? And then we also have a vampire werewolf the apocalypse game coming out, which looks interesting. It's more of like a group. You have like it's kind of like Dragon Age. It looks like it's kind of like Dragon Age. This right here, I'm confused. Is this the game they were showing a couple of years ago that they went back and fixed
I
it,
believe
or is
so.
it completely new? I'm not
Um,
sure though, because
that game
dude,
never. I don't. That game never came out. Jester Vampire Bloodline
that's my
2.
I know, and that's my thing.
Yeah.
Because look at this. This is gorgeous. The thing they showed us
Hmm.
back then was bad, dude. It was bad, bad. This is gorgeous, gorgeous. So what the hell
This looks
happened?
like an. This is a FMV cutscene by the looks of it. This isn't a. This isn't in game.
Yeah,
That's
true,
like
but it's
Paradox
much better than what they
Interactive.
showed us. Yeah,
Okay.
it's Paradox. Yeah.
They usually do small games like RPG RTS type games.
Yeah,
Like
Surviving
Paradox.
Mars was pretty good from them.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, but this looks way better than what they showed us before. Way, 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 way better, dude.
Hmm.
And this isn't even the most modern trailer. There's a new trailer that came out not too long ago that is stunning. I mean, stunningly beautiful. So I don't know. Dude, I'm confused. And this article even talks about it having feels of a Vampire, which Vampire was a really fun game. You're playing a doctor who gets the vampire disease, and you're trying to help people, and you're trying to control yourself. You have to make a decision: are you going to let go and let the evil take you over, or are you going to fight against it? I mean, it's a pretty good game. You ever play Vampire?
I haven't played that one though.
It's
Yeah, I
great.
have it
Yeah.
on. I have it on Steam. I've played it. It is fun. The combat is pretty decent too, but it's a really fun game. It's a very unforgiving game though.
It
It
is.
was a game designed to be where your choices matter, and once they're made, they can't be unmade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, and that's a good. I love that about that game. So
Yeah.
if it has that feel, I'm down, dude. But here's the thing: Amron says the first one was nearly 15 years ago, and I thought it was older than that. I love
Yeah.
the original Bloodlines, dude. I love
Yeah,
that game.
yeah. That's a massive cult hit. That one.
It was awesome. But I'm just confused because I don't know. Is this the same game they were trying to sell us a year or so ago, or is it something
Yeah,
new?
yeah.
I'm confused.
No, it's the same one. I think they just polished it up. The problem is, I've heard a lot of very bad things about that game going on behind the scenes, from writer troubles to wokeism,
It's
just
ultra
all sorts
woke.
of
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
and it's like, it's a shame because the first one is one of my favorite games. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Bloodlines.
Once you mod it too, so it actually runs properly. But once you
Yeah.
do that, because they released it broken, it fantastic game. But I still remember the mission with the ghost in the haunted mansion thing.
Yeah.
Like, still freaks me out to this day. But this, I just don't know, man.
Well, you know what happened? I can actually give you a little bit of insight into this because I'm a tabletop role playing is my thing, right? Whether it be board
Mhm.
games or I've been playing D&D and various things like it since I was little. And here's
Since you were
what
a little
happened.
girl.
Since a little girl. Well, in the early 90s, Vampire came out, The Masquerade, and it was freaking epic storytelling, just brilliant, genius ideas in a new, completely non D&D system, and it rocked the entire RPG world. Just rocked it. And for good reason.
Rocked.
It deserved it. And it went on and on and on. It was very successful. Then they went and they switched gears and they decided, okay, the story of Cain, we're done. We're going to tell a new story. The new story was nowhere near as good. It just wasn't. It was much more, Abrahamic in focus. Like it was Catholic based, and it just wasn't as good. And during that time, it kind of fell in popularity. But what didn't fall in popularity was the LARPing, the running around, and I actually did one of those, and it was actually good fun. What they did was they went around the town, and they
You've
went
been
to.
LARPing?
I went once. Some people dragged me to it. And I was like, I don't know.
You nerd.
But no, what they did was kind of fun. You go to different bars and different clubs, and you get a little piece of paper with information, and you're trying to solve a mystery. It actually was fun. But the LARPing
Mm.
community kind of took over because the game itself was becoming less popular, so the Mind's Eye Theater had become more popular, and those people turned into the SJWs. That's what happened. So they were
Brutal.
the ones spending money, and therefore their influence is stronger than the rest of us because we kind of gave up on this new edition of the World of Darkness. And the new edition of Vampire that came out, it has some really good things. They went back to kind of where they should have been, but it's just so full of SJWism. It's ultra woke, and of course the game itself is as well. So that's what happened. It's a sad story, but it is what it is. It's the LARPers'
Sad
fault.
day.
Yeah.
It's a shame, isn't it?
It is, yeah, yeah.
I was in the background here. I was watching the Hogwarts Legacy trailer again. Man, I hope that game is as good as it looks. It looks
Yep,
fun.
yep. I still have it installed. Now Ron says talk about the original one, dude. It's a great game. That's a fun game. Anyway, let's come on down here, and we have Dark Pictures Anthology House of Ashes. I have no clue, no clue. You guys,
Not a clue.
Negative.
not a clue. Let's just get a real quick look at it, see if there's anything here. This Bandai, that's not a good thing.
Oh, Supermassive Games.
Yeah,
What is that?
Supermassive's okay. Oh, that's not bad looking.
Oh, Wait, what? Oh, no. I'm thinking of someone else.
I don't know. I have no clue what this is. It looks all right though.
I was thinking of Super Giants, and they made like Bastion and stuff. They have a very particular art style.
Oh, Pazuzu.
So, like-
So
Pazuzu.
I notice that we have a Zach here, but
Hey,
he's
Zach.
muted.
He doesn't want to speak to us. He's shy.
What? Who?
Well, that trailer
I
didn't
came in
tell us
because
much.
you were talking about Destiny, and I was like, I wanted to come in and say, do not give Halo back to Bungie because they'll ruin it even worse than it is.
Yeah,
Because I don't know if you guys heard about what Bungie decided they were going to go do. They went full woke, and their latest DLC sucked so bad, and everybody like I couldn't even believe that they could do that after getting away from Activision, everybody having such high expectations.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have the
Oh,
freedom, and it sucked really bad. And then they came out and said, oh, it sucks so bad, but that's because for the past 3 months we've been implementing our new diversity thing.
Right.
And it's like it literally was like Black Lives Bungie or something like that.
Can-
And they literally started doing the thing where they like have segregation.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Well, that's future.
Can
And I was like, mind blown. I was like, oh my God.
Okay, so let me rephrase my thing. The people who made Bungie great and made Halo great, I want them to have it. Okay?
Yeah, yes.
Those
yeah,
people can have it back,
yeah.
please.
Because they don't work at Bungie anymore. They don't work. They don't
And they
work
probably-
at. They got their money and they left.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, screw this.
Well, you know
Making
what
games is hard. I'm not doing it anymore.
Well, you
Well,
know
think of
what
it like that's the reason why the very first Destiny failed is because the original writer for Halo was heading that,
Yep.
and then 6 months before the game was supposed to come out, he left, and because of disagreements of creative differences and whatnot, and he left, and
Creative
he took
differences.
he took the story with him. So they had to rewrite and remake a lot of the game in 6 months.
Well,
That's
Destiny
my
was
favorite
horrible.
phrase: creative differences.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
right.
look, this guy's a dickhead, and I don't want to work with him.
Well, you know what they really need to do is take the team that was on the original Half-Life and give them something, because those guys are innovative. Yeah. Anyway, let's.
Can anyone name one time where a company that's a creative company especially has focused on diversity? We're going to really make it diverse, and it benefited the company. It benefited the quality of their product ever.
Rockstar.
Life is Strange 2.
Rockstar.
Rockstar.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Rockstar is still controlled by basically the people that have been controlling it for 30 years. That's why you get good games out of Rockstar. But they're going to be gone eventually, and then you're going to get crap like everyone else.
True. Well, we got two more here. Let's get through this real quick. Now, I don't know how many fans of Warhammer we have here, but Warhammer Digital, as far as video games, there are. I don't even know if I could count them. There are so many.
Yeah.
It's
Like I
outrageous.
said earlier, Game Works, whatever they're called.
Games Workshop.
Workshop. They just bloody hand out their license to whoever, right? And so, what I understand, this is based on the Vermintide
It
universe,
is,
right?
dude.
Which is
It
very
is,
much
yeah.
like a kind of like a Left 4 Dead arena game, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
So it's like 4-player co-op, just smash up a bunch of little creatures and shit.
That
So
it
it's a
sounds like fun.
40k one. That's pretty cool.
It's a multiplayer
Yeah, it
game.
sounds like fun.
And Vermintide was a
So,
lot of fun.
first-person
Yeah, that's
shooter
right, Zach.
of Vermintide. Okay,
Yeah. So I.
that could be really awesome.
Yeah, it could be. Vermintide was actually very good. It was a lot
Yeah.
of fun. There's no story, there's no role playing. You're just, you're with a team and you're killing rat men.
Hordes.
Yep.
Yes, hordes of enemies.
I don't know, waiting. This doesn't look like Vermintide at all. Huh. It is more of a walkthrough. It's not an RTS, which is good. Oh no, there it is. Oh, there it is. All right. Dark Tide. All right, let's see.
Warhammer's
it
such
does a
a
little bit.
strange property because it's extraordinarily successful,
Yeah.
yet for some reason it doesn't feel mainstream at all. And it's not. It just doesn't cross over, even though it's unbelievably successful.
Yeah. It is very successful. Although it has gotten woke and it's pissing its players off incredibly.
Yep.
So, yeah. But anyway, we could do a whole show on freaking Games Workshop, dude. Let's not. Last one here before we
no.
move on to our other stories, though, is now. No, hold on a second now, Booster. I actually played this game with you, and I'm not a big arena guy. Like Fortress America and stuff. I thought the Fortress America was more fun. This is prettier, but this is a mega game. It was a huge hit. Do you think this is going to hit as hard, or is it going to be more woke than? I don't even know if that's possible. But I don't know. What do you think's going to happen with this?
What do I think of Overwatch 2? I think it's gonna do fine. I think this game, honestly, looks like like a DLC pack to me, right? This does not look like a huge upgrade to Overwatch. This looks like something that's patched in, because it looks like a lot of the way the characters move and all that, their abilities and everything, looks practically the same.
Yeah.
Like, they've reused a lot of assets for this.
Yeah, well,
So,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. I don't know. But
Yeah, but this is they're still charging like another $60.
Oh, of course.
For
it.
Of course.
So it's like
It's so
I wouldn't buy it.
ultra woke, though. It's just so woke that it's annoying.
Overwatch has a serious problem, but I don't know what it is. And everybody who plays it kind of agrees with that, except for like hardcores. It's fun, and then it's just not anymore. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, I've played it, I played hours of it, and I had a good time, and then I just wasn't having a good time anymore. I don't know how to describe it.
It could be the assholes.
no,
I
it was
mean-
just boring. It gets
It just
really boring.
loses it. It just loses its appeal very quickly. I think it's mainly a pacing issue, and the fact that a lot of the characters are just boring and they don't really do anything, fun. So
And you'll find one character that you really like and you're actually decent at, but then everybody will be pissed at you for picking that character every time.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they nerf it, which they
Yeah.
do
Yeah, and they
several
nerf it
times.
to oblivion. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just it is kind of like I was like, why did I pay $60 for a player versus player only game? Literally, it literally is like buying just COD multiplayer and not getting any sort of other content for $60.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did I do this? I did it because a friend was like, yeah, no, I want to play with you, and I was like, okay. But then after we played, like for a day, I was like, why did I spend $60 on this?
Yeah, that's fair.
So-
But I did play a little bit for a while, and I can't remember the name of character I kept playing there, Booster. But I got okay with it. I didn't die most of the time. I don't know.
He had terrible Chester.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't bad at all. What are you talking about? I was a good support character. I can't remember the character I was playing. Anyway, I'm not interested.
You're
in this
playing
at all.
soldier, and you're supposed to be the DPS, Chester.
Yes, and I was killing stuff too. Thank you. Let's see, Bullet. Where are the ladies? Warhammer needs more sexy ladies. Warhammer's never been about that ever.
You want
And,
woman? What are you, gay?
I'm just saying, Warhammer has nothing to do with sex. Roger says what they mean is Overwatch Season 2. It's probably a fair point, dude.
Basically.
Anyway, let's move on. That was fun, though. Looking at what's coming up, because there's a bunch of stuff here I didn't even know about or still don't know about. This is the one that I'm most apprehensive about, because I would love for a really badass Bloodlines 2. I would love it.
It's not going to happen.
I don't
I'm
think
sorry.
so.
The writers, the original writers, got kicked off, so
Ew.
it's not going to happen.
Yeah. But I'm anticipating, because they said it's like Vampire, which I liked.
No, because everything is going to be a transgender vampire.
Okay, well, Booster can play. Anyway, moving on.
You know I'll play as a trainee vampire. You know
I
I'll play
know
as a
you
trainee
would.
vampire
I know
any
you
day.
will.
Yeah.
Happily so. Then we got a few little quick stories to get through here, and this one's a doozy. Go ahead, Booster.
Disney Star Wars Jedi Hierarchy reveals Princess Leia as the only Skywalker qualified to be a Jedi Master.
Now, in this article, they break down exactly why they say that and why they think that, and they classify things. They get quite serious about it. It's very serious. The problem.
Wait, who wrote this? Who wrote
this?
this?
This is Bounding into Comics. This
Oh.
is Spencer Balcoli. He's just kind of click and pasted what was said in the article is what he did. But here's the thing. If you've ever read any of the books, like say the Thrawn Legacy, which they should have done anyway, but if you read any of that kind of stuff, you know right well that Luke Skywalker is so badass that he actually stopped a black hole with his power. That's how badass
Oh my
he
God.
became, right?
Yeah, he basically became a Force God.
He
was
became a Force
ridiculous.
God. But yet
That is pretty crazy.
he's not
Black
Jedi
hole.
Master level. Not even Grandmaster level. No. Yeah.
Let's
Take your seat,
completely
young
forget the
Jedi.
fact that for 25 years he was Jedi Grandmaster Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter because they just said so, and Leia, women power, rah. That's
Right.
why.
And
Mhm,
you know,
It's oh man.
yeah.
Oh George, we all should apologize to George Lucas
We really
because
should.
he would never have done this to us.
No, he
he
wouldn't.
might have made some bad movies, but we can forgive bad movies. We can't forgive this. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He may
no.
have gone far in a few places, as he said himself.
Well,
Oh,
what they've done is they've taken everything that's not Disney Star Wars and basically threw it in Legacy or whatever they call it. So all those books are not canon. And of course, according to Kathleen Kennedy, we didn't have any resources to base anything on. We have no information. We were just running blind.
We had to make things up on the fly.
Yeah.
If
So-
Not like
only
we've
there
had
was a
40
rich
years
well
of
of
fan
resources.
fiction and
I know,
other
right?
things.
And official
made.
books too. The whole Thrawn thing was official, right? But here's the thing that makes me smile a little bit, though, guys, is there are many set photos coming out from The Mandalorian. And like I said before, it's not the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it's fine. It's entertaining, and it's just pure adventure Star Wars, as it should be. There are many set photos of George Lucas sitting right next to John and Filoni, and it makes me happy. It just makes me happy. I know
Yeah.
George can be a
I
dickhead.
like
but-
the idea that George isn't providing any kind of help at all. He just wants to watch the trash
The
can.
magic.
Song. No, I love the idea that he was sitting there for the sequel trilogy, just like, so how you doing? Are you loving this? Are you
Well,
are you loving making these?
well, the
How do you
thing
feel?
is,
Huh? How are
coffee?
they penetrating you? Huh?
the Mandalorian's pretty good though, dude. We just
Ah,
had,
shit! George Lucas is here again. Fuck.
we just had the night nurse play Ahsoka Tano, and she did a pretty good job. I mean, mainly we saw a stunt double, but it's okay. I thought she was fine. And it was Ahsoka as it should be, and it also makes me wonder how in the hell they can get her skin tone so perfect, but yet with over the Titans show they couldn't put any orange paint on that girl. I mean,
Yeah.
right?
it's all about
Because
will. That's
She
why.
had to look like a hooker, and also the main thing I think it is, they wanted to do some amnesia angle for some reason, right? And it would be a bit silly to do an amnesia angle when she's orange. Yeah, like they wanted the fact that she was an alien to be a big surprise to both the people who weren't familiar with the product going into that show, right?
Well, with all that nonsense aside, this is stupid. This is stupid. Leia was never a Jedi, ever. I mean, she was. Luke did train her, and she could do little things, but she was more about the politic, trying to, that was her role. She was a communicator, an ambassador, a diplomat. That's her thing, and she was good at it. She didn't need to be
Just
a
like her
Jedi,
mother.
like her mother, like her father. Yeah.
Mhm.
But how come, Chester? I don't know, Jiminy. I don't know what to tell you. Everybody picking on me on Twitter just for asking that simple question. What? Why this has been said? I don't know, dude. I don't pick on you. I love you, Jiminy. You know I do. But yeah, stupid. Next. Oh God.
Oh, okay. Rumor: Alita Battle Angle prequel series in development for Disney Plus.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah. Well, now I don't know why it's a prequel. That's why I would say why. But there's
Right. Is anybody asking for that? Like, doesn't it? Listen, can we get the sequel out first? Are we going to ruin? We're going to blow a lot of our load here with the sequel and the things that should uncover.
Wait.
Right?
Wasn't
Yeah.
it? Wasn't the beginning of that
No.
movie like she was scrap and she was like made like a robot lady?
that's
like-
my point. Yeah.
How do you make a prequel of that? Are we going to go through the origin of what the scrap was before that?
And that's my point. If they do that, what are they going to do in the sequel?
Well, they're
Because
probably
they were setting up telling that story, and now they're just not. They're nah. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Do something
this
else.
is a TV series, but I think they're probably going to do when she's on Mars. I would assume, but
when she's like a part of the
military,
She's actually
yeah.
like a military, yeah.
Yeah, which is dumb. I agree with Undera 100%. They should just do the sequel. I don't mind them
Yes.
doing a TV show. I think that'd be great. But do keep in mind, Cameron is involved in this. So, you know, he has a love for it, him and Spielberg. And so he is involved in this making, which is a
I
positive.
just think I think they're gonna shoot themselves right in the foot. The sequel, the prequel could be great. Could be a great little series. But then what do they do in the next movie? They're going to have to not follow what they already established, what they already clearly set up in the first one. I mean, the first one doesn't even really have a conclusion because they set up a sequel.
Yeah, they did. And it was a lot of fun. But you got to keep in mind, there's also something else that troubles me about this. If you remember, at the time, this made a lot of money, got a lot of love, and a lot of attention. And the Captain Marvel people were very upset. We're very upset. I don't know
Yeah.
why. We're not allowed to like something, I guess. But they were very much hammering on this for no other reason other than people liked it, and it came out at the same time Captain Marvel did. That's it. It's not like the fans were saying anything. All they were saying was how much they loved this movie. But yet that was enough.
How dare you like that? Come like this. We made this.
Yes. So I don't know. I agree 100% though. I think they should just do the sequel. If they want to do it in an episodic version, go right ahead. I'm fine with that. But yeah, come on, guys, because they have all the stuff in place. They have all the CG models and everything's ready. So it's much cheaper to move forward, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing. Let's see what the chat says. Alita 2, make it so. I agree, Jiminy. Jiminy's also telling us that we can buy orange paint for only $12 on Amazon. Thank you. He's once again do this freaking sequel first. I agree. The prequel is still being written in the manga. It is. That's right. Battle Angel Alita Mars Chronicles isn't even finished yet. Work on the sequel. The whole thing's been done for years. It's true. It is true. But that's not what they're doing, Jiminy. They're doing their own thing. It'll be Game of Thrones all over again. Yep. Perfect. Moving on. Now, I'm curious what you guys think about this news, Booster.
Oh, Death Stranding star Mads Mikkelsen. Death Stranding star?
I know, it's weird, right?
To officially replace Johnny Depp in Fantastic Beasts.
All right.
Really?
Yeah. Now, once again, why Death Stranding star? Why not Hannibal or Polar or that Western he did? I mean, whatever. But I'm kind of curious.
About this freaking Mads Mikkelsen, because he's awesome.
Yeah, he just Mads himself. But here's the thing. The whole Johnny Depp debacle is a debacle, for sure. I'm not a defender of Johnny Depp because I think he's a piece of shit. He's always been a piece of shit, right? Now, Amber Heard also seems to be a piece of shit. Okay, fair enough. But first of all, Fantastic Beasts is not doing well in the theaters anyway. But they're damned if they won't finish that damn trilogy, I guess. But he is a shapeshifter, or he has those magical abilities, so I guess it makes sense to do this. But does anyone care?
No.
The only thing about those movies, I mean, I don't have a huge affection for Harry Potter. I like the world. That's about it. So I didn't hate those movies. I thought they were fine. I took them as, B+ popcorn movies, and so I enjoyed them because I wasn't expecting them to be some great thing. And I thought Johnny was good in that role. He was Johnny Depp, but he was doing it very well. And so I don't care though, because Mads is better. A better actor.
He is.
So I'll take him. It's an upgrade in my opinion.
It is an upgrade for sure. I just don't know that. Do we really even need a third Fantastic Beasts though? The first one was not good. It was so much not good that I didn't even bother to watch the second one, specifically after watching reviews, and that one is even more clunky and more plot hole ridden than the first. So why in the world would I watch a third one? I don't even understand why you're wasting money.
The second one sets up a third one. So they kind of, they don't have to, but since it did make enough money, they're going to. Might as well.
Yeah.
And they know,
Transformers,
Yeah, and they know that even if they don't make the money at the box office, which they're going to make their money, they'll make it later in syndication and stuff, because that's where the Harry Potter money really is, and it always has been.
Yeah, fair
That's why whole networks on cable will run for years a Harry Potter movie every weekend, right? They'll just ridiculous amounts of Harry Potter. Some channels, that's all. They'll literally do a whole week of Harry Potter all week long, like because it just makes money. It's a big money maker. The franchise is.
Yeah, no, and the only thing it makes me curious because I'm not interested in this franchise at all. But what if Mads comes in and does what he does and absolutely
Yeah.
just eats the scenery, dude.
Yeah. In all honesty, Johnny was doing fine. He was very threatening. He was charismatic. He drew your attention. He owned, like he said, he owned the scene when he was on screen. He was doing great. But I mean, Mads is a much better actor, especially as a villain. So I think that's
terrifying.
exactly what's gonna. I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. The character's a good character. The characters in the series are fine. It's the rest of the stuff that I see where people have problems with it. Like the main character's fine. He's basically a Doctor Who ripoff, but he's fine.
Yeah.
11th Doctor. And Grindelwald is awesome. He's a great character. I think he's a better villain than Voldemort, at least in the movies.
Oh.
But
Why can he take down more than a school?
yes, yes, he can.
It doesn't take much to be a better villain than Voldemort.
But
Yeah, hot
he's
take,
very
but Voldemort's a
intimidating.
shit villain.
Oh.
Fight me.
Okay. But yeah, no, it'll be interesting. It is. I don't understand how they, with the other side of this, of course, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard side of it. I'm not going to sit here and defend Johnny Depp, even though it looks like in this case he is the victim, simply because of what he's done in his life. But aside from Johnny, the whole Amber Heard thing, it's very clear that she is a real piece of work. But these companies, not only do they not stick to what they have been saying they're going to do and remove themselves from such people, they're rewarding her doubly. So how do they justify this?
Because women get to fail up. I don't know what to.
She got on her knees to the right people.
Yeah, I think Johnny he's kind of his own worst enemy because he's not known for being necessarily a nice guy to work with in a lot of times because he's kind of he's a diva. Granted, he's earned his diva status. He's made a lot of money for people in Hollywood.
He has.
But I think it's just female privilege. Like, let's be real. That's what it is. There's no reason Johnny should be getting punished. He didn't do anything wrong.
Not in this
We
case,
know
yeah.
that he didn't do anything wrong.
Well,
And it's ridiculous. But I'm not going to defend him because Johnny Depp's kind of a piece of shit anyway.
he is.
He just wasn't then. In that moment, he was actually the good guy for
Yeah.
once.
Or the victim, yeah. Well, your point you make is a really good one. Johnny Depp has made a lot of money for a lot of people. He has.
Yeah.
His career is freaking stellar, right?
Yeah.
And the amount of money that he's brought in for them. Amber Heard has made no one nothing, right? And of course, we could bring in the fact that Johnny's 60, and he's dating. He married a 20-year-old. I mean, we could have that conversation if you'd like. But
Shit, is Johnny Depp that old?
yeah. But she's done nothing. He's done
57.
everything. So
Oh,
how
God,
in the
he's
hell
57.
do you justify the moneymaker off of the person who's never going to make you money? She's never going to be a household name, dude. She's not. She doesn't have it.
I don't get it either. I don't understand why this woman has this cellophane effect. The things just don't stick to her. Everything just slides right off of her. I don't understand. I don't know if she has something over some of these executives or if she just gives the best BJ in the world. I don't know. But you would think you would stick with your moneymaker, who, let's be honest, in 40 years, people are going to know who Johnny Depp was. Most people aren't going to know who Amber Heard was. Let's be real.
Most people
It's
still
probably gonna
don't know
be
who she
like,
is.
oh, the chick that hit Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah,
Broke his finger.
the chick
Yeah,
that
that
beat up
guy.
at Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
The
Whatever.
one that Elon Musk jacked? Right?
Yeah, right. But Elon Musk is an absolute boss, though. Yeah, the way
he
he's just-
gave it the old tap and gap.
and he gave Depp's shit for it too. Claps for Elon Musk. He's another piece of work though. But anyway,
Piece of work.
this could be a good thing. It actually is an interesting enough move that I might actually watch the third one, simply because he's in it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway,
I would, Chester. Honestly, I'd watch the second one, but I'd be prepared. It's a B at best, but it's not unwatchable. I know a lot of people say that just because it's not what they want from Harry Potter, but if you just separate that out of your mind and just realize it's basically just a movie set in that world, it's fine. It's a good movie. Johnny Depp is one of the best parts in it, actually.
Oh well, maybe.
I'd give it a watch. I'm not going to say it's a great movie because it's not, but it's definitely watchable. If you like that universe, I think you'll enjoy it.
You'll have to convince my wife. Anyway, let's do our last story here. Perfect timing, by the way. Boom! This one just made me laugh. Go ahead, Booster.
Why are we discussing this? But alright. Drake gets Obama's stamp of approval for Barack biopic.
We're talking about it because it's just too funny not to talk about. First of all, Drake, as many of the things we've seen here, is a fake geek girl, without question. He sits up there and raps, acts like he's from the hood. He ain't from nowhere. He's a rich boy.
Mm-hmm.
Always has been.
He's a rich boy from Canada.
He's a rich boy, yeah. But yet, and all of a sudden now he's an actor to the level enough to do Barack Obama's biopic. Really? Well, I couldn't think of anyone better there, Barack. You found it's going to work out real well for you.
Obama's going to get a fucking biopic.
I don't know why. But it won't be honest at all. It'll be complete, absolute sham.
No, Barack Obama's biopic? Are they gonna have Drake Bell go? Yeah, let's bomb them kids.
Yeah,
send some nukes. I don't give a shit.
I love this quote here. I will say this: Drake seems to be able to do anything he wants. That might be true.
Anything.
I mean that it is a talented brother. It is.
Talented
I mean,
brother.
that is a talented brother. So, if the time comes and he's ready,
beginning to be black.
Yeah. So he has a household stamp of approval. Barack Obama says, "I suspect Malia and Sasha would be just fine with it." Which one of those is yours again? I'm kind of confused. Yeah. This is dumb.
I think Michael adopted both of them.
Maybe. Possibly. But we're not going to get into that here. But it's just so dumb. I mean, I don't have a problem with a biopic for Barack Obama. I mean, obviously they're going to make one. He's a legend to them. But Drake? Anyway.
Drake.
You guys have any comments on this before I move on?
Not the obvious choice, Michael B. Jordan. That's sad.
I remember when Drake did blackface and got a pass for it, because the secret to Drake is he's only a very small percentage black and the rest of him is Jewish.
Yeah.
So he's not even really a black guy. He's just a very dark, a brown guy more than anything.
He's Semitic.
Yeah. But he apparently gets away with it because reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. He's weird. He's such a fake geek girl, but he's allowed passes for some reason. But you know what I would do is I go find a pretty good white actor to look similar to Brock and just put a little color on him, and you'd be good.
Oh no. You wanna blackface the former president of the United States of America?
I do.
President blackface.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
President blackface.
More than anything, Booster. For Christmas.
In a sane world with sane people who could understand satire and parody still, we could have that movie. And it would be great. And it'd be made by the Wayans brothers, and it would be hilarious, and everybody would love it. But we don't live in that world anymore.
Will Ferrell, the worst comedian to ever been born, as Barack Obama.
It could be played by Will Ferrell. Boom. Yes.
Boom. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, I'm gonna write that movie. It'll never get made, but it needs to be written.
You know, I would personally give up
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, right. I'd personally give up my next 10 Christmases for that. I would.
I'm going to sign an executive order. Bombing exterior is better.
Yeah. Raythul says they should have Will Smith play Michelle. Ah. God.
Shit.
Anyway. By the way, that was too funny.
Kevin James could be Michelle Obama.
Hey, Slick's in here. I didn't even know. You got to speak up when you come in, dude.
What?
Anyway.
I was listening to your mellifluous voice.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Yes. And I
that's
want
so
to
nice.
blackface the president. I do. Me
President
Is that a
Blackface.
sex? Is that a sexual act?
It could be if you
It could be.
want to work it that way, I suppose.
Coming to Indiegogo next year.
Let me see. Me Grimlock King says, actually, President Blackface is the most accurate description of Obama I've heard yet. Well, thank you very much, sir. I am observant. Yeah, get Keanu Reeves to play him, Tan to play him. Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh.
I won the election? No way!
Dude,
Wow.
it's awesome. Anyway, no conspiracy theories
Yeah.
today, Roger said. No, we're not doing one. We're going to do the TFT segment occasionally when we have something we really want to talk about. If you guys have things you want us to do, just throw it up in there, and we'll
Throw
have
it
a
out
chat.
there and we'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the this election nonsense to be over one way or the other, and then we're gonna do that one. We're gonna do the old stolen election. But if anybody has anything else they want us to do, just let us know.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And like I've said many times, guys, we aren't going to know anything until December. So just
Correct.
relax.
If even that at this fucking right.
Yeah, no.
And we won't know for sure until January 6th at the earliest, and then we'll see, because that's when the Congress actually ratifies the Electoral College. So.
Yeah. Which is why they have the election a few days before in Georgia to get those two senators to have that that forced runoff. But that's actually more important than the presidential one. How dare I say that? But it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to wait until I have a comment on it. But Trump's had a good couple of weeks, dude. He has. If you're paying attention, it's you have to kind of filter through all the muck. But if you actually pay attention, he's had some successes.
Like I've been saying for a while, he just needs to flip one. Doesn't matter which one. If he flips any of them, with a constitutional reasoning, he's going to win. He'll get them all.
I think he's got Pennsylvania. I think he's got it.
I think he does.
Going to SCOTUS now, so.
Yeah, it's got to go to SCOTUS because we knew that the political, people, the judges in Pennsylvania were going to decline everything he said.
Of course,
law be damned. But he's going to SCOTUS now, and they will either just overturn all of it or just send it to the Congress. And if it goes to the Congress, well, then he wins. So.
Yeah. And it's also a possibility. Everybody who was a Trump person, the SCOTUS might just dismiss it. They might just reject it wholesale. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's very possible.
Well, either way, it's an easy out for him, dude. Because
that's the easy out. Yeah. We will see if the people. We know at least one of them, Mr. Roberts, is a coward, but we'll see if the rest of them are. And that's all we can do. Yeah. Other than the Second Amendment is also an option, but we'll get there. We're not there yet.
Yeah. Well, I think it's better for them. It is easier for them just to kick it out because then it just goes to the Congress, and that way it's done. Either way. Now I don't know what's going on in Wisconsin and Georgia and Michigan and all that other kind of stuff, and I don't know if it matters too much, but it looks like he's making headway there as well. But this looks to be the biggest example of election fraud in American history. And it's I think it's the biggest election fraud in many countries' history. There's not all. There's some that are just been completely robbed, but it's really bad,
it's America, right? If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it big.
That's true.
Okay,
that is true.
So we went full sail. Like they go. The people said, well, election fraud is actually really rare. Good. That's a good thing. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Murder's pretty rare too, but we still got to stop it. Like, what are you talking about?
It's not as rare as they make you think, though.
Of course not.
No, this is pretty bad. It's really, really
There's
bad.
murder.
What? But official sources told me that it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. No.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
so they didn't provide me any evidence. I clicked the thing on Twitter and it said, yeah, but official sources say no. Oh, okay then. There goes my doubts.
Well,
Thank you.
the thing that just makes me chuckle so much about that is they're saying this never happens, but yet for 4 years they bitched about it happening.
Yeah,
It's like
Russia collusion.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Russian hackers.
I mean,
Oh no, they stole the election.
how dumb do they think we are, though? I mean, how dumb do
Incredibly.
they think we are? Really?
Incredible. They think we have no memory.
I don't know. Are you that dumb, Zach? I don't think so. I think Jack, he's the golden boy. He's a smart little boy over there.
No, I'm an idiot.
Oh,
Oh, well, there you go. Thanks for
Fair
playing one. Yeah, that's a.
well,
Clear
with
that right
that,
Where do I put my where do I put my credit card? Where?
just stick it in the little
Right
hole.
between my butt cheeks.
Remember, you need to have your social security number. You need to broadcast it right now.
Yeah, who do I give that to? And
Give it to Booster and just
Me, James Gibson of Hastings. Shit!
Damn it! You guys can find his home if you go look on the Google Earth. By the way,
That's true.
Yeah. He's surrounded by crocodiles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're the ones that defend me. Try and get them.
Yeah, try and get through them. Anyway, that's what we got for today. Perfect timing. And we'll definitely see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to talk about comic books, if we can find any comic book news. But we'll talk about something for sure that is comic related. But beyond that, it's been a lot of fun. I had a good time today. It was a fun show. And
I had a blast. It was sexually gratifying for me.
well, I actually enjoy talking about the video games. We don't spend as much time on video games as we should, I think.
I know. I love video games.
Yeah, me too. So does Thundero. Zach, are you a gamer?
yeah, I'm probably a bigger gamer than I am a comic book nerd.
Wow, there you go. What about you, Slick?
I am not a gamer.
It's okay.
I know. I'm boring.
Just hate Thundero.
What? What
Yeah.
did Thundero do?
It seems to be the solution. Yeah.
It is.
Ah.
That's the solution. All right. Well, I'm going to end it up here today, and I'm going to go around the horn and let people give their final comments. And Thundero's deserving of the Namaste today. I think so. So, Booster, sir.
Me? I'm Booster. I'm Booster Kiwi, baby. Twitter, YouTube. I just retweet cute shit all the time now. That's what I do.
Uh-huh.
And if you're awake past midnight, I usually stream with some of my pals on Twitch. We stream video games. But you have to be awake very late.
I still think you should be doing a hentai lesbian something series. I really do.
I should do more series. I'm still waiting for that I Am Jesus Christ game to come out, but I don't know. I guess the corona got him.
It probably did.
I was very excited for that game
Immortal
because it was
gods
so
and
fucking
viruses and all.
tacky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Well, we'll see. He'll get back to what he was born to do eventually, guys. Don't worry about it. Slick.
I'm still working on my book. I'm currently, as we speak, I'm getting the backers' names put in the print file, which was a long process. All day long, I've been transferring names because they don't have a function on Indiegogo, at least that I couldn't find, that would just, do all the names over at once. Again, like some people might think this is like doxing, but it's just name. People who put their money where their mouth. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's fun. I like seeing my name in books. My name was spelled out completely and fully in Golem, actually, or Golma.
Golem?
Or
What is Golem?
Glama?
I don't know what Golem.
I think I was just
Gollum.
Booster.
Gollum.
Yeah, I know your real name. I just didn't want to put it because they want to dox you.
Gugum.
Uh,
I can't
It's
remember.
okay.
Zach's
It's
book.
okay. I get
It's pretty.
full time, baby.
Zach,
What?
say something nice to the people.
Something
Politics sucks, and video games suck, and comics suck, but it's
Yeah.
okay because you suck too.
Namaste.
Namaste. That
Oh, I thought you said to be an asshole. I was like, okay,
I didn't
gotta
say
be an
anything
asshole.
about being an asshole. That word did not come out of my mouth, sir. And now
didn't
I feel like I have a
Anybody else
paper
hear
cut.
asshole? I heard
You
asshole.
give me a paper cut. I don't like
Let's hear an
it,
asshole.
sir.
No, that's not good.
All
It's not a
right.
good
You're
position
just
to be in.
hearing assholes. You're not supposed to hear those, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Well, I'm sitting here next to me on the table. There's a chocolate bar that's calling my name. So Thundero,
Ooh.
take us out of here, man.
I only have something very simple to say. It's a quote from one of the greatest people to ever live on the face of this planet, allegedly, and that is simple. There is nothing impossible to him who will try. Never give up.
Did
Never.
Ezra Miller say that?
Never surrender.
Alexander the Great.
Oh,
Namaste for Alexander
namaste.
and his search
Damn
for the
nasty.
fountain of youth.
Damn.
Later.
Bye, I love you. Send me your nudes. Love you. Bye.
Gross.
Great.
Who's
Now
gonna
Luke's
smack?
just going to get a bunch of hairy ass nudes. Perfect.
Ugh. He's gonna get all the bears. All the bears.